Hi everyone, my name is Jeremy and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to talk about my experience of the past 10 months as a BI analyst. Before we're going to start talking about BI analyst and what my role was and what have I been doing so far, let's talk about how it all started. So I got a phone call from a good friend of mine saying that, hey, there's a company that I've been consulting for that they're looking for a Power BI analyst. And I told him, listen, I don't know this role. Long short story, I've learned how to do dashboards a few days before the interview, and after a couple of about 4 interviews, I got the job. So the first 2 months I learned about processes of the company, such as logistics and what the company does and how they do it, and a bit about the company dashboards. I even broke some dashboards, but then I got better and better. Going on forward, I have been learning and meeting up with the management team and multiple teams at this point. The management team wanted to expand the data that we have on some existing dashboards and also creating new dashboards. At this moment, the company didn't have any data. So as a data analyst, I was working closely with various teams to work on modeling their data and making sure the data processes and validation is correct. From that point, I was able to create many dashboards and to report to the management team, company's status, and some insights about the company's processes. Going forward, we focused on expanding the dashboards and improving them, and also on technical skills such as validating the data, making sure that everything is correct and accurate, also expanding our KPIs and metrics, and focusing on bringing more insights to the management team. This process was a bit more complicated because it required to understand exactly what the management team wanted and make sure that I'm actually delivering what they wanted. Another problem that came during this period is making sure that the data was valid. Data analysts and BI analysts are pipes. Their job is to report and transmit the data that the other teams are actually creating. We can create great reports, but if the data on the other hand is not validated, then it doesn't mean much for the management team or the insights that we try to gain from the dashboards. Hence, I was working tightly with the team to make sure that the process go as smooth as possible. This required to add some automations and other tools that help them to make sure the data is constantly valid and good quality. And for the last couple of months, I've been working on my visuals and my data skills to improve the dashboards and bringing them even a step further, gaining new KPIs. So here are the key insights that I've learned in a couple months. First, technical skills are very important, such as mastering SQL, DAX, and APIs, and many other skills. But you're gonna learn them along the way, and there's always gonna be new things to learn, so I think you're gonna be fine. The most underestimated skills that are required from a BI/data analyst are communication skills. For example, in order to be a successful BI analyst, you need to master communication with the stakeholders or the management teams that are reviewing those dashboards. Understanding what they want and how they want to see it is the key to craft the best dashboards that you can. So communication skills is very, very important. The other skills that is very important is collaborating with other teams. As an analyst, you'll be required to work with teams, gather data from them, understand the data, what insights can you bring forward to the management team, and what's not as important. Another very important key lesson from this experience is that doesn't matter how you master a skill, don't be afraid of the imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome is basically a syndrome where people feel like what they want to achieve is bigger than what they actually feel they're capable of. This syndrome is very common amongst people. Whenever they face a new opportunity, they're afraid that they're not good enough in order to get it and accomplish it. But whenever you surpass this and whenever you understand everyone around you is also handling with this syndrome, including CEOs and VPs and everyone who's trying to figure out the next best decision and to learn from their mistakes, then you'll know that you're just doing the same and you'll be fine. Eventually, you'll learn everything that you need to do and accomplish this task. So, what I'm trying to say is, whenever you see a new opportunity, don't be afraid. Go study whatever you need to study in order to get this opportunity and later on master this craft. So if you'd like to learn some tips and tricks about being a data analyst or BI analyst or anything in the data world, or even tips and tricks on how to deal with management and psychology in company, please like, follow, comment and subscribe this channel because we'll be doing a lot of more.